So, with all that weather,
It's gonna affect the
how do you
cryptids.
think the Snallygaster is going to do when all this rain?
We're going to move on whether you like it or not.
Oh,
Yeah. Get out of here.
All right. The Snallygaster. Both of you guys seem to know what it is.
Yes,
Yes,
I
sir.
used to have one.
Do y'all know
He died. He got sucked up by a vacuum.
do y'all know it like very well or just like of it?
The general gist of like,
Because I'm going to kind of go over.
it's someone's mother-in-law.
Golly.
Oofta.
Sorry.
So, Snallygaster is an ancient German dragon, quote unquote, originally called the Snallygaster,
Snallygaster.
that terrorized the citizens of Frederick County, Maryland from mid-18th century all the way through to the 20th century.
Nice.
It comes from the German word Schnellengeist because in Germany they had a cryptid, I guess, an entity that's what they called it, and it means quick spirit or fast ghost. Something they just were like originally when it was in Germany, it was more of a just like a, oh, I saw that in the corner of my eye, something's moving and interfering with things. So German immigrants settled into the Appalachian region, and then with that comes their folklore. So they already have like this idea of the Schnellergeist in their mind. And so when a farmer in 1735 reports seeing a giant bird swoop in and take his livestock, the folklore of like, did you see it? Well, I saw it in the corner of my eye. They were like, oh, it's the Schnellergeist. That's kind of how it started.
There's one with
I have a picture I'm going to send that I
in the Discord.
haven't sent it yet, but I was
Okay.
going to send based on like the modern depiction of it. This is what it would look like. It's a drawing, of course, not real, but anyway.
It is real for some of us.
So he said the creature was unlike any known predator. It had wings like a dragon, a metallic sheen to its curved beak, and a size that dwarfed the largest of birds. And so the tale of the Snallygaster began.
So we're talking like, I'm trying to get a sense of the how big it is. We're talking like the size of Andrew's truck, which Andrew drives a really nice truck, really, really big.
I'll get into it later, but like
Just kidding.
14 feet long is what some people would say.
That's pretty big.
It's bigger than me,
True.
and I'm.
Speak for yourself.
He is speaking for himself.
I know.
So within weeks of this, similar reports began emerging from neighbors saying that livestock were stolen, there's claw marks, there's damaged property. Originally, it was just described as half bird, half reptilian, but over time, there became more and more descriptive things about it, and so it was said to have a single eye in the middle of its head, either yellow or red, a metallic set of claws and beak with serrated teeth. It had a loud screech compared to that of a train whistle, and it had tentacles that would sprout from its mouth.
What?
Uh,
They just took all their favorite scary things.
A better way, and this is I'm about to send the image after I say this. Another way to describe it would be like a mutated sort of European-style dragon with one eye in the middle of its head, small-ish for a dragon, feathered wings, a sharp, crooked beak lined with teeth, and grotesque tentacles shooting out of its mouth. Like that's what it would look
A
like.
cyclops dragon.
So I have this picture. This is what it would look like.
Yeah. It looks
Dude, that looks so weird.
like a naked chicken with a snake tail eating a squid.
Kind of. It doesn't. It looks
Yeah,
gross. It looks gross.
It's very weird.
If I saw that thing, I'd just call it a Snallygaster.
I think you're gonna say
It's a Snallygaster.
if I saw that thing, I'd eat it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
looks like a bird that didn't quite make it through the fetal stages.
Kind of. So this thing was always a predator, though. There's no question about it. It was a predator. It would snatch livestock from the ground and carry the animals, sometimes people, in its talons. And they also claimed it would drain blood from the victims it captured. It's pretty big. Some estimates saying up to 14 feet long, and it obviously big enough and strong enough to just carry off livestock and humans. And they are known to have a preference for chickens and misbehaved children.
Nice. They chill out with the good kids.
They probably the chickens are like, father, mother. That's why they like the chickens. They're just trying to give their mom a hug. But fear of these things spread rapidly because they seemed nigh invincible. But they found a way to protect themselves. Do you guys know the protection from Snallygasters?
I want to say it's something like
heard of it. No.
dousing yourself in fish guts, because back then they had some weird ways of doing things.
No.
Like you can totally keep this out if you want to, but you guys know the saying "blow smoke up someone's."
Yeah.
Yes.
That came from them literally thinking that would wake somebody up who fainted or had a concussion that was knocked out.
Yeah.
You've heard it too?
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
So
I'm not blowing smoke up your butt.
They would literally
quick, blow
they
smoke
would
up his butt.
they would take like pumps or whatever and just
That's wild. That's
and it would be a lot too. Like it would just be like smoke engulfs around them.
That's
It's
like waking
crazy.
up. That's like waking up from colonoscopy.
If that don't wake you up, I
Just
don't know.
constantly farting. Have you seen those videos where
No.
where they wake up? You're not if you have a colonoscopy, you are not allowed to leave the hospital room until you fart.
Yeah, I have heard
And
that.
it is like,
Some of them are bad.
yeah, like they are very long, very long.
Well, it's
and
because you
loud.
had anyway.
Yeah,
I think it's colonoscopy.
Yeah,
Is it colonoscopy or is it
I
a
think-
different procedure?
I'm pretty sure it's a colonoscopy.
Okay.
So to protect themselves,
Speaking of butts,
no, to protect themselves from these things, farmers began to paint 7-pointed stars or hexes on their barns, known as
Jews.
barn quilts or barn symbols. This protected them, supposedly.
wow.
so where did they come up with the 7 stars?
It was
Is
just a hex.
the number 7 from God, or,
God's perfect number.
You know, just
Throw it out there. It's
or
gotta
is
work.
it 7 points that
How-
create another star out of the stars?
how did they figure out this worked? I have no idea.
Oh, the Germans.
But it was some various degree of success. It didn't always work for everybody, but supposedly it
You
worked.
must have been a bad kid.
So some sightings persisted even with this, and the creature was known to be intelligent and swift, and it was like quickly the name transited
Translated.
Oh,
transitioned from the
transition.
German to the now known Snallygaster. By the 1800s, so the 1730s is when this started. Basically, for several years, it was an issue, and then it kind of faded into memory more than an ongoing thing. Like, you'd hear about it every now and then, but people kind of stopped caring. The 1800s, the Snallygaster started coming back. However, it was mostly used by slave owners to control their slaves.
Oh, great.
They would
So for like a child story telling people.
they would
about
tell them, because this was during when slaves would run away, they had the abolitionists, helping
Yeah.
free people. And so the slave owners would tell their slaves, you can't go out at night. You can't run off, because that's when the Snallygaster comes and he snatches up black people in the night. Like, they started narrowing it down,
oh my
saying,
God.
and so they would like try to scare their slaves and be like, we're protecting you from the monster. Unfortunate.
Of course.
But And then like even at that for a while that kind of became the main crux of the Snallygaster was more used in a racial kind of way. Even after slavery, they would still perpetuate, oh, you have to be careful if you're black because the Snallygaster targets you.
Wow.
Not a fun period of time. In 1909, the Jersey Devil started becoming
the good
popular.
Old Jersey Devil. I'd listen to a podcast about that today.
So, again,
Also, someone's mother-in-law.
the Snallygaster had kind of fallen out of favor again. People weren't talking about it as much. The Devil Jersey becomes popular in 1909. So a newspaper in Maryland called the Valley Register began running its own stories on the Snallygaster to compete with the stories about the Jersey Devil, to get hype and to get
Like our
people
cryptid
in.
is better than your cryptid.
And so they started doing reports on it all the time. The paper even reported that one of these creatures snatched up and drained the blood of a black man named Bill Jefferson. Then from that story, they started saying, oh, the Washington is paying attention to this thing. They're taking this threat seriously. Like they're like, we have reports of those in DC, the lawmakers trying to look into this and investigating it. And the Smithsonian they said the Smithsonian's putting out an award on the creature's capture alive, and the government's putting a bounty on its head.
Of course, the Smithsonian.
With the hide going for about $100,000 per square foot.
100,000 per
Back
square
then?
foot.
Yeah.
That, and
Like
it was
per
at
square
least,
foot of hide?
Yes.
So if you just found some hide, messed it up, turned it in for 100 grand.
Supposedly, this offer was so good that Teddy Roosevelt nearly canceled his African safari to go hunt the beast himself.
Man.
I have heard of that one.
But
Which
it
is
turns
a
out
crazy.
It turns out that
thought
like
process.
basically all of these stories that they were saying, almost all of them were complete fake hoaxes that they made up. And it was a campaign by the editor George Roderick and reporter Ralph Wolf to boost the news. Like basically, the Devil
Get their
Jersey's
news
getting
pet.
attention.
Yeah.
We have a cryptid. Let's get our cryptid out there. And they just made up stories and ran with it.
I mean, it kind of worked for him a little bit.
So like always with this thing, after a couple years, it dies back down. Nobody's really talking about it anymore. So now Snallygaster's kind of pivoted. It's no longer used as a racial tool,
Hope
but
not.
but now it's mostly just like a boogeyman story to tell kids to keep them scared so they won't do stuff bad. Oh, if you do this, the Snallygaster's going to get you, kind of thing.
I want to hear an Irishman say it. The Snallygaster.
And then,
That's a horrible Irish accent.
have y'all heard this part of the tale?
No, I've only heard of the front.
1932, during Prohibition.
I have.
So you know this?
Yes, just I'll be quiet.
The people started hearing some weird sounds, and immediately they're like, "Oh, it's a Snallygaster." They started blaming Snallygaster.
Pick it up.
Reality, it's because it's Prohibition, and people are like making moonshine, and the sound is the people making moonshine loudly. They're lying. They're covering
Yeah.
themselves up. They're like, "Oh, it's a Snallygaster. Don't come over here."
Don't go over
and
there.
then
Snallygaster's over there.
It just so happens, there's a new fact now about the Snallygaster. It's attracted to the scent of moonshine.
So it can't be around here. We ain't got no Snallygasters.
So
We ain't got no Snallygasters.
Pretty
then there was an account. There was a 2,500 gallon vat of moonshine sitting and boiling. A Snallygaster flies close, gets enticed by the aroma because apparently they love the smell of moonshine. So it flies over to where they're boiling this stuff. The fumes overwhelm it and it crashes into the boiling vat and dies and gets boiled. The moonshiners, what really happened is that they did something to cause a commotion and there is a loud crash, right? So the moonshiners all run for it because they're going to get caught. And two Prohibition officers George T. Danford and Charles E. Kushwa show up to the scene, and they claim they saw the bones of the Snallygaster in the vat,
Just boiling away.
and that it's most of it had been dissolved already. But they found the bones and were very excited about it. So what did they do? Do you guys know what they did?
They took the moonshine.
Took it to the Smithsonian.
That's right. They surrounded the place with 560 pounds of dynamite and blew it up.
Oh my gosh.
They blew it up.
Why?
They blew up the whole
Bro, the
facility.
thing's a devil.
No evidence of any of it. The moonshine, the Snallygaster.
Yeah,
None of it.
Where did all that moonshine go?
Sounds like a
But-
government job to me.
But these two guys, the two officers claim, yeah, we saw that thing. And they were excited about seeing it.
Stupid.
It's real.
And then they blew it up. And that's basically that's like the last real story about
Yeah.
like seeing one. It was 1932 with that.
Because they blew up.
The last one died. It boiled alive in moonshine and got blown up.
Stupid.
So that's the Snallygaster.
If it got boiled alive in moonshine, it would have preserved it with
No,
alcohol.
No,
but no.
it dissolved it all.
Whatever. It wouldn't have like preserved it. I mean, you know what I mean. Of course, if it's boiling, it's going to cook the meat and tenderize it and so on and
Yeah.
so forth like a crock pot. But
Preserved it.
the meat itself will be preserved eventually.
Do you think the mouth tentacles would have got tough from that?
Mm,
What do you think
Well,
it
if they're-
tastes like?
anything like a squid, then yeah.
What do you guys think it tastes like?
Gastrosnally?
Chicken.
Chicken.
I mean, it is a bird type.
Pokemon. It's a bird type Pokemon.